Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to F1 2022, my team career mode, for the French Grand Prix today, where we continue our push for 9 consecutive race wins. We are at 7 after our win in Austria. That one was surreal. It was insane. It was a sprint race round. And we ended up coming on top and pulling further ahead of our teammate in the points. And before we enter qualifying today, there were some driver transfers and some driver transfers that are very interesting. And I'm sure is going to affect Red Bull Racing. So Sergio Perez has definitely, if you have been watching over the season, I have been saying how Sergio Perez is trying to hold the team's Constructors' Championship hopes on his own back. And his teammate, Jehan Daruvala, finally scored his first points. He got 3 points. But after Austria, Red Bull and Christian Horner were not very pleased. So they kicked Daruvala out, and they managed to bring in Zhou Guanyu. So Zhou Guanyu is now in the Red Bull, and Daruvala is not even in F1. Zhou's old team, Alfa Romeo, did not want Daruvala. They bring in F1 rookie Felipe Drugovich to make his F1 debut here in the French Grand Prix. So those are the main details that you really need to know. I was shocked when I saw this because Daruvala seemed to have finally brought it together. He was consistently once again up in the lower points, which really, from where Red Bull stands on the R&D charts, that's really all he can go for. So we'll see. Red Bull were able to make it a 4-point gap in Austria behind Alpine. So we'll see how the fight for 5th goes on. And in the drivers, we continue to pull away from Verstappen. Anyways, here we go, qualifying. It's lights out and away we go. So a lot of these guys, well, most of these guys actually on the soft compound. Myself on the hards. It's going to be difficult for the start of the race. As you can see, we've already fallen down to P3 as we make the dive on Hamilton to reclaim P2. Verstappen will be easily the fastest man on track for the first couple of laps. Here we go then. Catching Verstappen through the corners. Going to be playing the waiting game. Going to be forcing Verstappen to use his tires, use his battery. His battery usage. I'm going the long strategy, so doesn't really matter to me. I can push as much as I want. Right now, truly, I just want to force Verstappen to either make a mistake so I can make a clean overtake, or force him to use out his tires. So those softs are going to degrade quicker than my hards. Truly is just tactical battles at this point. I'm proving constantly, time and time again, that I am the faster driver between myself and Verstappen. and the home hero of Esteban Ocon in the Alpine has DNF'd out of his home race. That makes Red Bull's job a little easier. They only now have to worry about one Alpine. However, that Alpine is Alexander Albon, and Albon has been dominant throughout the season. So I make just a tiny bit of contact with Verstappen. Not too bad. Verstappen continuously getting good launches out of the corner. However, we're getting good exits. It is really kind of balanced between me and Verstappen right now. What's keeping him ahead is how much faster those soft compound tires are. However, little wiggle from Verstappen tells me it might be time to put a little push. Verstappen not scared whatsoever as he actually cuts the corner, so he is going to let us through. Going to defend to the inside. And he almost cuts us off. We almost made contact with each other. That would have been very bad, because I would have had to pit earlier than I wanted to. Getting to that point where the soft tires just aren't working, but they're still faster than the hards. There it is. We once again overtake our teammate. However, he is going to have DRS down this long straight. And if he can keep it clean through these next few corners. He's there. There's nothing I can do with the AI and DRS. There it is. The inevitable. Me and Max make contact. Knew it was going to happen at some point. However, we don't seem to be all that much affected by it. Verstappen opts to stay out one lap longer.
Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs. Okay, we'll be given a time penalty. We'll go against that finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
I feel like that's unfair, but okay. We've just then received a time penalty. Now it really is hustle time. Try and get ahead of Verstappen for that clean air. Going to have to do it in a very awkward spot on the track, and there it is. Make the dive bomb, and Verstappen's probably going to be looking at us, wondering what the hell we think we're doing. So he peels into the pits. Now France has never been a circuit that I am a big fan of racing on. We'll see. Verstappen comes out 23 seconds behind us. As it stands, we'll be coming back still in the lead. So we'll see how that works out. Verstappen on new mediums. Do have that 3-second time penalty to worry about. Squabbling between Ricciardo and Leclerc for the the bottom step of the podium. Going to be pitting this time. Sergio Perez in P5. And with no Albon to be seen, if Perez can hold on to this top 5 finish, then I do believe Red Bull will overtake Alpine in the Constructors' Championship, and all of Perez's hard work will have paid off momentarily. We are only on race 12 out of 22. Here we go. Perez now fighting Ricciardo for P4. Ricciardo made the mistake on going to on the hards for the end of the race. He's going to lose a top 5 finish.
Perfect job on the turning there, mate. Looks like a nice stop sign. We're happy with that one.
Here we go.
That was our last stop.
Come on, guys.
Let's go.
We got 4 laps to go. And we come out 5 seconds the gap between myself and Verstappen. Even with the penalty, we would still end up winning for the 8th time consecutively. With fresh softs, I do believe that we are going to have a massive tire advantage through the corners, because you know how fast the AI are on the straights. Ridiculous.
Okay, that's last with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
Coming to 3 to go. Here in France,
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 8.1 seconds. We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake mode.
these soft tires obviously working well as we set the fastest first and second sector. Looking to possibly smash the world record, the track record here in Paul Ricard. And we're just gonna miss it. Set another fastest lap of the race. Now 2 laps to go here in Paul Ricard. It's another purple sector 1. It's a red sector 2.
Okay, so 3 laps
Yikes.
of fuel remaining now. Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Hold it back to a 16-second gap over Verstappen. We round the final corner. Go down this main straight for the final time. Checkered flag. That is our 8th consecutive race win. And we pull further ahead in the Drivers' Championship.
A nearly flawless performance here then, and a commanding victory. So Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Well, tyre management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up lap times while still being smooth on the controls, gentle on the tyres, that's where the race was won today.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Martin increases their championship lead. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Natalie Bingham, come on, who do you pick?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the obvious choice at this point, but he's certainly a driver deserving of his great reputation.
Let's move on to the constructors. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
So points on his debut with Red Bull, beating out the only Alpine that was in the field. Zhou Guan Yu finishes P10 for his first F1 points, and he gets points on his debut with Red Bull, and with Alpine scoring 0 points and 13 points being gained for Red Bull take over P5 in the Constructors' Championship by 9 points over Alpine. And as a sprinkled little cherry on top, Red Bull's junior team AlphaTauri also move up in the Constructors' Championship to P7 over Williams. In the Drivers' Championship, we have a couple of drivers moving up. We have Dan Ticktum overtaking Robert Schwartzman and moving up to P9 in the Drivers' Championship, the reigning world champion. Not in a position to go on to attempt to defend his world championship. And Yuki Tsunoda moving up to P11 in the Drivers' Championship ahead of George Russell. And with Zhou Guan Yu earning points on his debut, he moves up to P18 in the Drivers' Championship, 2 points behind the removed Red Bull driver Jehan Deravula. And we increase our gap ahead of Verstappen now by 54 points over our Season 1 rival. And we are only 1 win away from tying Sebastian Vettel's all-time record of most consecutive race wins, which is 9. We currently stand at 8, including the French win here tonight. So we now set our sights to Budapest, Hungary, the Hungaroring. The circuit that we got the team's first ever double podium. So it is definitely a memorable circuit, and our team will be looking to once again break another record at Budapest.